It's your boy Calix Boxing here. Hit that sub button for nightly boxing videos. A bit of good news for boxing fans out here. October or November, it's looking like James DeGale versus Badou Jack is going to happen. Apparently the fight is close to being finalized. We're just reading that on BoxingScene.com. It's good news. I think it's two guys who have been flying under the radar. I think it's two guys that people needed to see more of, especially James DeGale. James DeGale, man, this guy, I'm telling you, I've been pushing this guy for about 3 years on this channel. Like how he fights, like his talent. Yes, he fights below par when he's fighting average guys in there. I think he kind of falls asleep at certain points in the fight, puts it in neutral. But when he's there, when he puts it in fifth gear, I'm telling you, man, this guy, there's something special about him. Like how he fights, and I think he's the best 168-pounder out there. I think he's a guy who, over the next year or two, he's going to leverage himself into bigger fights, and I really think he's going to beat Badou Jack in this fight. Badou Jack is a guy who has been maximizing his potential. He's a guy who won the fight against Butte in his last fight, even though it's a draw and it's being pushed to a no contest because Lucian Butte was popped with the A and B sample. So that's going to go to a no contest, so no harm, no foul there. And then he beat DeGale. Who was it he beat before that? I'm drawing a blank right now, but he had another good, George Groves, right? He beat George Groves. So good wins. He had a good 2015, a pretty good 2014. He's put together some good wins, and he's put himself into position to get fights like this. And he's a top 10 168-pounder. I think BoxRec has him at 10. I think he should be a little higher than that, but no harm, no foul there because we've got ourselves a nice fight here. I believe it's a title unification fight at 168. Two of the top guys at 168. So this is good news. This is good news, and it gives James DeGale another opportunity to showcase himself in front of the fans in the States. James DeGale is saying here, I'm going to come to your hometown because this is Badou Jack's hometown, and I'm going to beat you. That's what he's saying here. He could have tried to force Badou Jack to come to the UK and stuff like that. He didn't play hardball. He said, let's do it. Let's do it. So props to him for that. A lot of guys are pricing themselves out of fights these days, or negotiating themselves out of fights. You know, they're playing the hard role and saying, hey, come here, or I'm not fighting, or fight it this weight, or I'm not fighting. A lot of guys are doing that. So props to DeGale for going to Vegas and saying, here it is, I want to fight you. I'm still baffled that he wasn't offered the fight with Triple G over Kell Brook. Still baffled by that. Like I said, it seems like he's an easier guy to negotiate with, judging off of this, but who knows? Who knows what's going on behind the scenes? Hopefully that's a fight that does happen in the future. I'd love to see DeGale versus Golovkin. I think that would be a hell of a fight. But this is what we got now, and I'm happy about it. So this is a good fight. A lot of crap fights being pushed out there right now. So props to DeGale and Jack for getting this done. It's a fight they've been trying to make the past 1 or 2 fights, trying to build it up. And they built it up, and here we are. October or November, DeGale versus Jack. Hit me up. Let me know what y'all think about this. Who do y'all favor in this fight? I clearly favor DeGale. He is more of the upside, more versatile fighter, and I think he's a special fighter. I think you're going to see a lot of DeGale. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked by the beach volleyball here, but I think you're going to see a lot of him and a lot of good things from him. So hit me up. Peace. I'm out.